What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Most exciting man in boxing. Exciting man in boxing. Blair the Flair Cobbs. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Man, here, man. 122 pounds, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
All right, man. Blair the Flair Cobb responds to Errol Spence clapping back at him. Also, we got Tszyu said he opened the fight against Crawford. But let's start off with some of these fights to be. Okay, we got an announcement yesterday that it's on like hot butter popcorn that Joe Smith Jr. and Arthur Beterbiev will be fighting in New York City. Let's take it out real quick. I'll take you there. Shout out to Staples Centers, right? He says Arthur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. agreed for June 18th in New York. It says Beterbiev Smith Jr. have agreed for unification mounts light heavyweight on June 18th in New York in a fight that will be shown on ESPN. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly where the fight will be, but Cobbs says sources says Arthur Beterbiev, Joe Smith have agreed men in principle for light heavyweight title unification on June 18th in New York on ESPN. 375-pound belts on the line. The other title will be contested by May 7 Dimitri Bivol, Canelo Alvarez, said Mike Cobbs. Now, there have been some talks on Twitter with people comparing, asking which fight are you looking more forward to, Canelo, Bivol, Arthur Beterbiev, or Joe Smith Jr. And the obvious answer, if you're not a Canelo fanboy, you're not a Canelo nut hugger, the obvious answer is Joe Smith Jr. and Beterbiev, because we already know. Well, most of y'all don't know, but we already know. Y'all act like I don't know that. Dimitri Bivol won't be fighting with one hand behind his back. So I just leave it at that. We already know Canelo fights don't have no suspense, right? He picked Bivol for a reason. I can't even say, man, I gotta be quiet. But like I said before, that fight, man, we already know he put a rehydration clause on Rocky Fielding. Let's just leave that at that, right? And so that is what it is, right? So that's a better fight than, Ray got on Twitter. Ray becoming famous. Ray need to make his own Ray need to go ahead and make his own damn account. But he said, well, why people excited about why people hating on Errol and Ugas, but they praising Joe Smith Jr. versus Beterbiev. One word, free. It's free on ESPN. That's the biggest difference right there. And I think they both would be really good fights. But you got two knockout punchers in there that, for the most part, most people believe it's going to be a knockout. Even though a lot of times you get in there, sometimes you get, an equation that look like it can't end in anything but a knockout. You get in there and don't nobody knock each other out. I remember that with Ruslan Provodnikov and Matisse, even though them niggas took years off their career. Better if somebody had just got knocked out early. But yeah, so obviously it's a good fight and it's free on ESPN. I ain't got to pay pay-per-view like for Bivol and Canelo. I ain't got to pay pay-per-view. And you're going to get a better bang for your buck, and it's naturally a more organic. I don't think Bob care which one win or lose. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the natural progression about it. So he don't care who win or lose. So that's why, we already know he got a Gennady Golovkin sued Golden Boy. Well, there you go. Golovkin sues Golden Boy for millions related to 2018 Canelo rematch. It says Canelo is now suing Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya promotion, for upwards of $3 million that he claimed he was owed related to the Canelo Alvarez 2018 rematch trilogy, is alleged breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duty, as well as other allegations. Dan Raphael. So maybe I plug that in somewhere down the line. I'll do a video on it real quick. So here you go. Let's switch lanes. Another top-ranked fight. Jared Allen will be taking on Christian Hammer on the undercard of Tyson Fury, Dillian White, April 23rd. Bob Arum told reporter Addis will be training and sparring Tyson Fury in the build-up, and they are building they're grooming Jared Anderson to be the next big fight. I hope he fight in Ohio, bro. That's what I really hope for him. I hope he fight in Ohio. Christian Hammer lost his last two fights. He retired in the 5th round versus Hughie Fury. Hammer deducted a point, retired due to a bicep. That was in 2021. In 2022, he's already fought. He fought Frank Sanchez and lost unanimous decision. So yeah, that was on the I believe that was on the Charles Martin undercard. So they grooming him. I mean, I don't think Christian Hammer is rated inside the any ranking system either. But you know, they grooming him to really be up next, man. He fought Luis Ortiz. He went to distance with Luis Ortiz. He's been stopped 4 times his career. He lost to Beterbiev unanimous decision. He retired again versus Tyson Fury. That was back in 2015 for the WBO international title. He got stopped by Wok back in 2010 in the 6th round. In the 8th rounder, he retired in his first professional fight. So he retired like 3 times in the fight. So he literally been KO'd like one time. Like one time. So 3 of his stoppages come from retirement. He lost 9, 34 years old. He needed a payday. So Jared Big Baby Anderson will be stepping in with Christian Hammer. He's 22 years old. So yeah, they're gonna take it nice and set steady with him, man. But it's another step up in competition, step up in competition and step up in name. Okay. So that's what you like about that. Step up in competition and it's a step up in name. Now, so yeah, I look forward to it, and now he fighting internationally and all that type of stuff now. So, but I like the step up fight. I like the 2 fights for him, man, and he getting a lot of experience fighting a really tall and rangy. He getting experience fighting a real tall and rangy guy. So he's one of the shorter heavyweights, but he's getting a really good look at a taller guy. So when he fight the taller guys, if it's the plan is for Anderson is to fight Wilder at the end of the year, or something like that, and he getting a look at one of the tall guys, so you gonna know how to fight him. So you say Tim Tszyu, if I can get a fight with Terrence Crawford, that's a cracker. So he said that, basically he said, that's pretty much what he said. And shout out to 3 Kings Boxing, hell of a website. I love the interface, right? And that's pretty much what he said. He was asked, would you fight Terrence Crawford? He said, that's a hell of a fight. That's a cracker. I love it. He said, they asked him, like, who you want to fight? He said, I fight any of these guys. He said, he fight Fondor. He talked about punching up and had to chop Fondor down. He gave Lubin his props. He was sparring one of Floyd Sr.'s fighters, and he was talking about Floyd Sr. He said, that's a cracker. And honestly, this could be, a realistic fight. This honestly can be a realistic fight, bro. And because Terrence Crawford don't seem to want to really push and market and push verbally for he don't want to see the market push. He don't seem to really want to really clown Errol Spence and test his pride and and really do what Blair Cobbs did and call him a coward. So he don't seem like want to embarrass him. So even when Andre Ward said you want you to embarrass him. So this might be realistic. Crawford WBO Super Champion status can instantly go up and challenge for the WBO. Word on the street is that if Charlo win, he moving up and this man his belt. So be on the lookout for a Charlo video probably tomorrow or later today. We got a few fights today. Reaches Progress fighting overseas. I don't even know how to watch it. And then you got a situation where ESPN got Steve Rose versus Berlanga. Berlanga been training with Mickey Bay. And then you turn around and you got Blair Cobbs fighting and stuff of that nature. So yeah, this definitely can actually happen. They can fight for the vacant WBO belt and probably gonna drag Crawford over to Australia if he wants to do it. So that's very interesting fighting. Tim Tszyu seemed pretty confident. He talked about what advice his father gave him coming to America. He said he really ain't said much. Sound like Costa Tszyu just let Tim Tszyu trainer coach and maybe give a few pointers, something like Connor Ben's father, Nigel Ben. So, yep, well, that was it right there, right? So then again, switch lanes again. Blair Cobb responds to Errol Spence, right? So let's get to it.
The division along with Crawford, he actually caught Spence attention, but that kind of might lead to some kind of back and forth, and the next team knows that's the fight that the fans are demanding. You know, do you look at it that way in terms of how Spence decided to acknowledge you, what you said about him, and what he said about you?
I don't really care what Errol Spence has to say. I did see his the little bit of talk that he did say. I'm not really a Twitter guy, so like I don't have to like be playing games with Twitter. If you really want to fight me, you can sign that contract and get your ass whipped, like right now. That's just what it is. And as far as that whole situation, it's funny how he doesn't. It's easy. It's much easier to attack me than to deny what I'm saying. Blair Flair is speaking the truth because why? Because Blair Flair is the people's champion. Period. I don't care what kind of belt he got.
Okay, you heard him. He said that he really ain't a Twitter guy, and he says that Errol Spence is easier to attack Blair Cobb than it is to attack what he said. And what he said was, and we all know what he said, Errol Spence was scared of Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence never addressed the message. He just addressed the messenger. So, I mean, with Blair Cobb, I feel him. I definitely do feel him. Because this man still ain't addressed. He still ain't addressed what he said. And Errol did an interview earlier. Video probably already be up. Did an interview earlier. Sound like a straight mark. Talking about he really don't need Undisputed. And he turned around and started talking about the guys who never was the great fighters in this division, who was never undisputed in the welterweight division. He sounded like a straight mark. Straight up and down. That's what he sounded like. He sounded like a straight mark. So, I mean, it is what it is. He right. He never addressed the message. He just addressed Blair Cobbs. And, you know, Earl was saying in that fight had interview, he had never heard of Blair Cobbs with the Whoop. And a lot of people ain't never heard of Blair Cobbs. But that is what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think about the message. And the guy who was on the other end of the message, not addressing the message. Appreciate the love support. I think we covered everything in the video. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Check out the Box Moves playlist. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Appreciate the love support. Just keep thumbs up the video. Hit the Linktree link. You find me on Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, the whole nine. Right around I am on social media producing content. Let me know what you think.